what you seek to accomplish.
Ooh.
Right? We're getting into that today. We are talking about vision, but I want to start off with this. Emotions are very good passengers,
Oh yeah.
but they are terrible drivers.
Don't do it.
Emotions are very good.
Yeah.
Like they help with the passion, they help fuel, they give you energy. But if you are a victim to all of your emotions, you're going to have this cyclical life where things go up and down. You never get a chance to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And we're going to talk about that because we're on the front end of this year.
Yeah.
People have goals. You have personal goals, you have business goals. And we're going to get into all of that,
Yeah.
just talking through like how to stay the course, how to accomplish your vision in the midst of feelings.
Yeah, because again, you probably heard the song "Emotions Make You Cry Sometimes." Listen, you don't want to go in circles, right? You don't want to go
Emotions make you
cry sometimes, or
I know that.
going in circles. We don't want to keep you going in a cyclical circle motion. We want you to be able to identify the action steps needed to get you to wherever you are in view of, right? To get you to the destination. So you have to be intentional about that though, right? You have to govern your emotions, but you have to be intentional with each step.
Yeah, that's true. We came on at the beginning of the year to drop our construct reach wear, but we talked about just how it took us 2.5 years to actually get to the point of launching construct reach wear,
Correct.
right? Which we are wearing today.
I mean, here we are.
No
Check us
pun
out.
intended. No pun intended. Pun intended.
Soft pitch there. You got that soft pitch there.
But listen, on this show, we come in on Thursdays. It's called Bridging the Gap with Ebony and Paul. This is what we do all the time. We do life together. We do business together. We are in community together. And we're always having these conversations. And so we thought it would be good to just bring these conversations right to the forefront to you so that we can help you, so that we can talk, build community, so you can help us as well as we are trying to go throughout our professional journey. But we're doing this as husband and wife, and we're very intentional with the work that we do. We feel called
Yeah.
to the work that we do. It's very purposeful, but we also get a chance to talk about real things because we go through real things.
Oh yeah.
Right? And emotion plays a large role into who we are. We are multifaceted human beings, right? We have different components that make up the totality of who we are.
Correct.
We have a spiritual component, right? We have an intellectual component. We've got a communal component. We've got a physical
Come on,
component.
take your time. Take your time.
Right? And then we also have an emotional component.
Ooh, the big E.
So we don't want to dismiss, right, like who you are as a human being. We don't want to dismiss who you are because those are real feelings. That's a real component to us. And emotions are a beautiful thing, but all of us can agree that emotions fluctuate. Today you feel one day and tomorrow you may feel differently.
Yeah.
If you look at just the spectrum of a day, you probably felt all the highs and lows in one day.
Yeah.
Right.
You might be swagging and surfing with your feelings.
Oh my gosh.
You just might.
Yeah, this is who she is. By
But
the way, all
it's-
day, every day.
But it's reality, right? So we have started the new year, right? It is now January 15th. How you felt coming into the new year from the 31st to the 1st may look totally different than right now.
Yeah.
However, what is important and key essential is even, let's talk about EQ, emotional intelligence. You might be more familiar with IQ, right? Intellect, right? But EQ allows us to temper our emotions, to keep the main thing once we're in tune with that. And also to prevent us from not getting emotionally hijacked throughout the process. I think we can talk about and share, hey, 2.5 years, what does two and a half years feel like when you're like, hey, I want to get this done, or hey, I got this vision, or hey, I really want to bring this new product, bring this new thing, start this new business. But it takes a while, it takes time to produce something well, right?
Yeah, I think that's true. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of emotions that you have to deal with, but to also check, right? During the course of 2.5 years of a delayed vision. Like we all want to accomplish things. And I'm sure as we were on the tail end of last year, turning the page
Yes.
into this year, we had an idea of what we wanted to accomplish either within our business, within our families, within our respective workplaces, or just personally. And with that, we also attach a time frame to it.
Always.
And a lot of things don't always happen on our time frame. And when things don't happen on our time frame, that's where a lot of the feelings, a lot of times negative feelings,
Yeah. Yeah.
come into play. And so you've got to be on guard on how you're letting them impact, right? Your overall pursuit of what you believe you are called to accomplish, or what you have prepared to do, or the goals that you have put in place to accomplish. And so it's being able to do that, because and I'm gonna say this, in business or personally,
Yeah.
when you have a vision is a preferred future.
Yep.
Right? The way that you would like things to be, what you would like to accomplish, what you would like to get done, where you would like to be.
Emphasis on life.
Correct, right? It's a preferred future. And the degree of disappointment is the distance between your reality and where you have a vision to be.
Talk to me nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me nice. For the people in the back. Can you say it one more time?
That's
For the people
the
in the
thing.
back. One more time.
For vision, right? It's important for us to understand that vision is a preferred future.
Yes.
Right? It's what you would like things to be like. But then you also have a reality. And the distance between your present reality and the vision that you have is the degree of your disappointment.
Ooh.
And with that comes a lot of emotions that you have to deal with. And so if you don't deal with those properly and get back in the driver's seat and put those emotions of disappointment, right, into their respective places, then you will not accomplish what you have the ability and maybe all of the tools and the proper plan to accomplish.
Again, another musical reference here. Chickadee, check yourself.
Oh my
Before you
gosh.
wreck yourself is applicable right now. It is. And all that's saying, you know from my childhood, we're 80s babies. So just stay with me here. But it's important to realize and recognize that, yes, I am part emotional. But how does that serve me in this moment, right? How does that serve me to accomplish the goals that I have in mind? You have to check and level set, one, expectations, but also check your emotions. Why be all? If you're just joining us, we said it earlier, you may have missed it. Emotions can be along for the ride, great passengers, right? But to put them in that front passenger driving seat, no. We have to be mindful of that. And I think as we are, as you are, right? As we're leading business, as we're leading our careers, leading our initiatives, activating, right, our day-to-day input for the ideal output to get us to closer to that destination, to reach that vision, to reach that goal. There's got to be a level set. I said it earlier, the swag and surf of emotions, it's real. You might wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I got it. You might get a no midway through your day. And it may feel like you are just completely defeated. How do you then, after that no, get back and go out for a yes? It's important to check that, right? Or that no can leave you in a waterline situation where you are now defeated and now you just distracted. Now you're stuck. Now you have lost momentum because you were not able to level set. Because every no also will also produce a yes, but it's all about how do we look at that? How do we reframe our perspective on what is happening, right? The progress, the process in the in-between of the vision and the reality of that vision, right? But again, that tool, that insight of EQ, that is key essential for success. And as we mature, our hope for all of us, right, who are in this life game, right, as we mature, is for us to be in tune with who we are, in tune what really matters, and keeping the main thing. And it's easier said than done. Like, don't get me wrong. In that 2.5 years, it was like, whoo, okay. Or maybe it's a shift in priority. Maybe where you are, the timing may be off. Or maybe you want to prioritize something over another. Give yourself grace, because there is a process and progressive steps that you're making. Right? You just have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I think when we have a vision for our lives, oftentimes we have the finished product in our mind,
Yeah. Period.
right?
We're not thinking
And
about the steps necessarily all the time.
right, and everything starts in seed formation. So how you start is not going to look like what you have envisioned in your mind because you have the finished product in your mind,
Yeah.
right? But you've got to start somewhere.
Somewhere.
And if you look at, you look at seeds. Seeds don't look like
Your apple,
right,
your banana,
right,
your watermelon,
exactly,
your tomato,
absolutely,
your avocado.
all of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like that. Everything starts in seed formation. So you can start to do things and don't discount the little things. They may not look like the big picture, but they are vital and they are necessary for you accomplishing what you have the vision to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I think people get discouraged by that because they're not able to see that correlation because it doesn't look like what's in their head.
Not to mention, what about if it doesn't look like what's in their head, but also they see somebody else alongside them doing it?
Right.
And that part is comparison, and that will kill the momentum.
You know what? That's a good question though that we want to pose to our audience.
Yeah.
Right? Like what is something that took you longer to build than people realize?
Talk to me nice.
Because a lot of
Come
people
on,
just
weigh
see
in.
what comes out the ground.
Yeah.
They have no idea the beneath the surface, the process,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
sleepless nights, going back to the drawing board, the multiple delays, reiteration, going back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that take place that people don't even get a chance to see. People actually get a chance to see, essentially the outcome and the labor of multiple years of work
Privately, right? No one's really talking about that, right? We sometimes want to be social media, YouTube famous, but we're not thinking through, right? And when we talk to the younger generation, we're always encouraging them. Yes, that is fantastic because right now we have the opportunity to be creatives. We have the opportunity to create new things, entrepreneurial spirits, new ideas, innovations.
Yep.
Amazing. How you do that, what you see again in product, when you get to YouTube, that's the end product. But what about the takes? What about the production team? What about the marketing, the branding, the ideas from pen to paper to actual physical experiences, right? With those product services, insight,
Yeah.
what we talking about, construct, reach, wear, right? Whatever that is, it takes some processing and progressing in order for those things to be actually tangible. And it's okay if the first iteration is not the final.
Yep.
It's just getting started because we don't want fear to rob you of your destiny.
And a lot of times, and people don't think about it this way, but this is in business. This is like in all of life. And a lot of times, as we're talking from a principle perspective.
Absolutely.
Because principles travel, right? Principles can go from sector to sector. Principles can go personal life to communal to social to business. And so I'm always speaking from a principle perspective. And what I wanted to say is, you may not think about it like this, but stay with me. Okay? All right? Okay? You have to wonder whether or not fear is your motivation. A lot of times people are motivated by fear. Now, before you leave me, let me break this down. A lot of times people will not do what they have a desire to do
Okay.
because of how unpopular it may be or because of the insecurities that they may have. So therefore, they know what they should be doing, but they remain where they are because they are fearful of either the unknown, of either their own insecurities, or having to lean into their own vulnerability. And so they remain where they are. They are motivated by fear, right? Which keeps a lot of us stationary, which keeps a lot of us stagnant, which keeps a lot of us a shell of ourselves, right? And so a lot of times people are motivated by what they are fearful of, which keeps them immobile.
Yeah. But what breaks through that is, again, the life principles, the keeping the main thing, checking the emotions, but also in activating the desires, activating the actionable things day to day, and being consistent, right? So we're not saying on that emotional roller coaster, that the same energy you got up with today on this amazing Thursday, we want you to bring that same level of energy on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, do it again. Why? Because you are ready, right? Despite how you feel, how the day went. You are determined to get to where you desire to be. But that one thing, that inkling thing, that thing that pushes you through the tough thing, the in the middle, is being being consistent, because the consistency then will yield the results in which you desire. But if you start, then you can't really see, right? I kind of was getting a little groove there. Stop. I love that, actually. I can't really hold a beat long to that, actually.
No,
works.
you cannot.
I cannot. Little tidbit for you. However, the key of consistency will yield the results to give you the reassurance and the confidence, right? When I think about even a little bit of sales acumen, it's like for every probably 100 no's or hundreds, I don't know, you probably get one yes.
Yeah, and say that for this crowd right here in this audience, because we got another platform too, right?
So for every about 100 no's or I don't knows, you might get one yes. For every proposal that you have, you may not get an instantaneous response. It could take a couple months. It could take a couple years to really be able to navigate and cultivate that partnership that matters. And when the time happens, when the alignment clink, 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 when everything just starts to align itself by the day-to-day investment that you're making and the consistency, it's going to yield the results. You just have to choose to, one, be consistent. One, to push through the discomfort, right, of all of the emotions, because it's real, right? But it's that ROI. And guess what? It's you versus you. It's not about what anybody else is doing. It's about what you want to add into this world, because you want to win. So, I mean, already you got an opportunity to make an impact, because what you've gotten, no one else has. And that's really cool to know.
Yeah, I think that's important. When you have a vision, first thing and foremost, you want to keep it in front of you, because there's so many things that can distract you from it. Mm-hmm. We get inundated with so much every day, right? And so you have to be intentional about keeping the main thing the main thing. Yeah. And so you should write it down.
Ooh, write the vision, make it plain.
You know what I'm saying? So write that vision down, keep it in front of you, have a vision board.
You could. We even did the vision bingo. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've always vision bingo. I think that's a little new.
That's a little new. That's a little TikTok trend. But we did it.
But But we've always
it was fun.
It was. We've always had a vision board. We've always been very intentional about not only talking and sharing our visions collectively, personally, from a family perspective, from a business perspective, or what have you, from a faith perspective, writing everything that we want to accomplish, the totality of our lives, but not just talking about it and leaving it in that moment, actually writing it down and putting it in front of us somewhere that we can see every single day as we walk across, our home, or as we are going to our office or what have you, because you need to keep the vision in front of you. Yeah. Because if you have a clear picture of what you want to accomplish, then you're able to put the present all the time in the context. Mm-hmm. So it will inform your yes. Mm-hmm. It will inform your no. Ooh. A lot of times people just live and they don't know why they are making certain decisions, or what they're saying yes to, or what they're saying no to, and for what reason. Yeah. But when you have a vision for your life and it is clear, then it always puts the present in the context. Mm-hmm. So you can't catch me on a day and look at me and say, okay, what are these activities going toward? Mm-hmm. I'm going to be able to give you an answer, and we should be able to give an answer for what we're doing and why we're doing it and what it contributes to. Now, the beauty of life and how God will unfold things is that you may not get a chance, you may not see exactly, or you may not envision in the beginning how things will eventually be, right, in the grand scheme of things. But when you are purposeful and you are working that plan and you're just allowing things to unfold, then you're able to be purposeful with your time. Yeah. Because that's your most precious commodity. right? So you have business goals. You want to make sure, hey, listen, we're in the first quarter. This is what we want to accomplish by the second quarter. Well, guess what? We almost there already.
Yeah.
Right? Or this is what we want to accomplish in the third quarter, or this is where we want to be by the end of our year. It could be the fiscal year, it could be the calendar year. So you've got to have small wins and then a plan to accomplish some of those wins and then how they play a role into the big picture so that you can not only understand the present, but that you can celebrate along the way.
Absolutely.
Because again, a lot of times our vision, right, and what we have in mind is the final product.
Yes.
So you've got to have small wins that give you those good emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Right? To keep going.
Oh,
because now you're able to check things off, and those are indicators that you're moving in the right direction. Those are indicators that you are making progress.
Yes.
Right? It can be discouraging if you're doing a lot of things and you have no idea with what role it's playing.
And to be creative with the process, right? Like maybe you try something and it's like maybe it's kind of stagnant, right? Maybe you want to maybe change some different iterations of that same initiative, but just try something. It's okay. Give yourself permission to try something new within your process to ensure it works, right? And you might be talking to mentors, you might have other colleagues that you're partnering with, or maybe business partners that you're working with to get to what you want to accomplish. But again, be open-minded too of understanding what works best.
Yeah.
Take those learnings from different conversations. Maybe you have some resources and books. Maybe there's something that you follow right within your respective sector. But be open to that because I'm telling you that information, how you filter it in, how you're implementing it into that day to day, but doing it on a consistent basis, it will give you that ROI. And again, 2.5 years, think about that. 2.5 years to some is a long time. Even by the year 2, we could have been like, oh, this ain't it. But we kept the
Especially when your original timeline was 3 months.
Exactly, right? You did
that's the
all
thing.
the research.
The degree of disappointment is the distance between your preferred vision and your current reality.
Yeah.
And so if we had a vision to accomplish something in 3 months, but it took us 2.5 years, that's a lot of delayed, right?
But not a denial.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, it points back to it's okay if things have to shift. Sometimes things don't happen when we want it to happen because maybe it's not the proper time.
Correct.
But when that proper time
All
is
in
in
God's
alignment,
timing.
right? Things just flow. Like literally just start to flow. So again, keep that in mind. We just want to encourage you. And then I think also what helped us in the vision casting, in the planning and preparation for what we were going to do with Construct Reach Where and why it was so key essential is because we knew that in the grand scheme of things, it complemented the day to day. There was no loss, right, of the investment. We knew at the right time, at the right place, it's going to make the best sense.
Yeah.
Because it undergirded everything that we do all day, every day, right? This line is to meet you where you are in the intersection of fashion and the industry, but also create opportunity for the next generation, right? If you haven't checked out our website, be sure to do that, constructreachwear.com. Okay. This is not just apparel for the sake of fashion. We love that, but also for purpose. And each and every time we get a chance to activate our gifts, we are being intentional, and our hope is that we're continuing to live out our purpose. So we encourage you to, as you are living out your purpose, even seeking out what your purpose is, write it down. What comes to you naturally? What gives you joy, right? It's probably where that gift is. Allow that gift to make room for you. But as you are going through the day-to-day on life's journey, just be sure you checking in with yourself, okay? And making sure that emotions is where it needs to be and not driving you where you don't want to be, okay?
Yeah, so, we're just trying to bridge the gap, right? Help you get to where you have the potential to get to. Live on purpose, make an impact in this world, have fulfillment in your life, and carry out some amazing work that God has prepared and planned for you. And so that is that for today.
Yes.
We are going to be back, like I said, on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. You see a lot of the I Built This events. A lot of that goes on social media. We go from coast to coast, making an impact. But guess what? There's challenges with that too.
It is.
Ooh.
But let me tell you something. Oh, they weren't ready for that.
They see a lot of the videos.
Like,
they see a lot of the music. They see a lot of those reels. But it's hard work.
It's hard work. But the work that we're doing is rewarding. Why? Because we know that one, we're building reachable opportunities through construction, through the things that we're doing each and every day. We're forging new relationships with educators. We're forging new relationships with industry partners and brands alike. We're also giving students a refreshed perspective. We're contributing to the reposturing of the construction industry, of a not failed into, but a first choice, right? To have an amazing career. Better yet, an opportunity to even be an entrepreneurial, because you can actually run your own shop, you can run your own entity within the industry. But we're also helping to connect and create ecosystems within our local communities in which builds are going up, new structures, new initiatives, new remodels, new
Yeah,
designs,
yeah,
new
yeah.
architecture is going, new roads, right? New bridges are going up each and every day around the world. And why
Yeah.
is it that the average young high schooler doesn't really know the full breadth of construction? And sometimes it's just the right time at the right place with the right vision. So we just slid in there real quick as Construct Region. We're like, hey, we'll do it. We'll lean into this thing alongside our amazing
Yeah.
partners to ensure that the next generation is not left behind and they have the access, right? And the awareness of how their gifts can be utilized and maximized in this amazing industry as a whole in the built environment.
Yeah. And just to tie it up, there's always something good and something negative to focus on,
I mean, come on.
right? I mean, that's just the world we
You know
live in.
somebody like that, right? You go outside and
So
something wrong.
so when we
Yeah.
talk about vision, like you have to choose what you are going to focus on every day, because there can be things that happen along the process that allows you to feel negatively about your ability to accomplish it, but there's also some good in there as well. And so just as much as Ebony, was talking about the good that comes from the I Built This events that we get a chance to do, that we've been blessed to do, there's some challenges in that as well. And so we want to talk through those because they're real,
Yeah.
right? But it doesn't negate the fact that you can't accomplish it. Everything that is hard does not mean you can't accomplish it, right?
Right,
And
like,
so
it
we
doesn't
want to
mean you
make
can't
sure
do
that you
it.
get a chance to talk through that. We're gonna talk about that next time. All right.
Yeah.
She want to talk now, but we're gonna
Just
talk about
because
that.
it's
We're gonna talk
hard,
about that next time.
yes, you can. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Just because it's hard, yes, you can.
Yeah, but drop us a comment. Let us
Yeah.
know how you like this. Again, we coming to y'all on a weekly basis, bridging the gap, talking about different things, all things industry, all things life, and yeah, take
Let's
care.
take care, take it away, and let's continue to bridge that gap together.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, y'all. We out. And good.